Alright, so it's been a week since I last recorded and uploaded an actual video segment to this channel, which was not my update video that I released on Tuesday, but I decided now was probably a good time to basically just answer the question of, so what now? Well, as I am going to enter my second week of R&R, which is basically rest and recovery, I am going to make sure that I get on with a different game first before I get back to Burnout Revenge. Because I feel like I kind of need another game just to make it so my schedule is more flexible and I, in some cases, am able to, just have more fun playing the video games I play. And a lot of them, yes, as you might have guessed, are very old games. But the next game I will be playing, I'm not going to reveal intricate details of it, but basically, what my next game is going to be is it will be linked to arguably the longest running animated TV show of all time. And basically, I'm going to play one of those games, and I will let you think to yourselves over what precisely that game is going to be. And, well, at this point, if you are hearing any background audio, well, that's because at this time, it is very typical British weather for October. Obviously, it's wet, and it's also pretty windy. If you're hearing any background noises, that's what it is. And also because, well, we are now ultimately into the winter time zone at the time of recording this, because obviously, as you might have guessed, clocks have gone back again. As of me recording this on Sunday, October 26th. And I should also make a correction in saying that the Sunday I will be coming back to is actually Sunday the 2nd, not the 4th or the 5th, like I said before. The Sunday is on November the 2nd next week, and the Monday is on November 3rd. So it will probably be either one of those dates when I get back to my recording desk. And hopefully, if it is possible by that point, I also won't have to just keep tower stacking a bunch of crap on my desk to basically just put my microphone on top, because I will actually have one of those adjustable arms that will be attached to my desk. And yes, I did order one of those, just so I will not have to deal with the inconveniences of just stacking up, well, mostly just old magazines and a few boxes on my desk for my microphone to basically stand on top of, as I have been using that method now for almost 3 years, I think. Well, probably more like 2 years, or whenever it was that I got my whole monitor and PC setup that I have now been using for 2 years. Probably has been 2 years. But anyway, yeah. So, there is that. I did also manage to make a few job applications during the week as well. All of them were basically connected to the same building place. I'm not going to tell you where, but I will say that because I have made 3 applications to the same location, hopefully in a few weeks' time, one of them will actually notice me, and I will also have some weekly work as well to show for it. Even though this type of process normally does take weeks, and I do understand the frustrations that a lot of people, especially like me, well, us university grads anyway, who are pretty much waiting to see how long it is before we actually do get that weekly work. It's kind of the one thing that I have to be patient for. And hopefully it will manage to stay that way. So if you're wondering what are the clues I will technically give for what game is coming next, well, I guess the closest comparison I could probably give to this show television-wise is that this show is basically to Fox what Coronation Street essentially is to ITV. Like, it's pretty much the one show that, pretty much defines the network for what it is for virtually all of its history up to this point. Although, technically speaking, Coronation Street has had probably hundreds, if not thousands, of actors over the years who have made their appearances since that show first aired in 1960. But the official history of this show harkens back to when it first appeared on the Tracy Blank Show in, I couldn't tell you what month it was, but it was definitely 1988 when they made their first on-screen appearance. And then eventually after that, the first ever episode that was aired of this show was a Christmas special that first aired in December 1989. A lot of you, I think by this point, will have probably figured out what show that is. However, I will leave it amongst yourselves to decipher on which game from that particular TV show I will be playing. And it also has some paling comparisons to Crazy Taxi. So hopefully that does more or less give you all the clues you need to figure out what the next game will be. And yes, it is also one of the race modes in Burnout Revenge as well. If you have been paying attention to my Burnout 3 or Burnout Revenge playthroughs, you might have already figured it out. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much the rundown of what is coming either next week or the week after, and hopefully by then I will have managed to figure out what to do with both my upcoming Let's Play and also my returning Let's Play. But anyway, that's it for now. See you later.